Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Amal Mukhtar, and this is a special edition covering the situation and the latest developments in the war between Israel and Iran. And to shed more light on this, we have the pleasure to have with us over the phone our dear guest, Dr. Ahmad Osama, member of the Egyptian Council for Foreign Affairs. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, madam.
Well, there was much drumming up ahead of the attack on Iran, of course, but when the strikes began, would you say they sabotaged any chances of diplomatic settlements?
Yeah. First of all, I would like to thank you for having me with you today. Such we have a start of a regional war. It's not that a surprise for anybody, as a lot of efforts have been done by a lot of countries to try to find any kind of diplomatic solutions or any kind of peaceful negotiations through many countries in the region and worldwide. Actually, we have to know and to keep in consideration that we have the American position and also the global position toward Iran with sanctions and refusing having any kind of nuclear weapons long time ago. And they already frankly said that we will ask for a peace under power or it's gonna be a war. They asked the regime to step down, they refused. They asked to stop any kind of nuclear activities, and the Iranian regime refused again. And the situation was very complicated before the war to be started, and a lot of mistakes and conflicts with a long time without kind of solutions, no war, no peace. And with the 12 days war before with Israel and the United States, a lot of insights in this complicated scene. Now there are a lot of calls for trying to condemn what's happened with the Arab regions countries. They have American military bases, but in the same time, I think it will take few time after the operations, and let us see. Surely there will be at the end of this war a kind of diplomatic solutions and peaceful solutions, but how it will be ended, let's wait and see.
Yes, Dr. Osama, the strikes which started on Iran started by hitting a school, which is, of course, a clear civilian target. How did you see this?
Yes. It's not only the school and civilians. I would like just to mention that from the first day, they get rid of the head of the country. So let's keep this in consideration. They get rid of the head of the country and the leaders from the first day. And that, if we want to say that what's meant to be, it meant that the superior power through the American CIA and the Israeli intelligence are very highly controlling the situation. And in the same time, with the military operations, not only to get only information, but to achieve their goals easily. That needs to make any leader everywhere of any country to make sure that if they wanna secure their civilians, secure their citizens, they have to be wise enough to evaluate the power. The situation here is not only the civilians or the schools, and we will recognize what happens in the past in any kind of war. This is war. You have a lot of victims in Gaza. You have a lot of victims everywhere, in Ukraine, in Russia, in any country they have wars. The civilians are paying the penalty of being in a war. War is not a very simple word to be said or a decision to be made. It is a kind of suffering for innocent people everywhere. So we have to know this very well. And if we want to evaluate politically what's going on, we have to put all of the puzzles in the equation to find how it is done, the maps, how it is played, and easy. And by the way, nothing is hidden today. Nothing is hidden today. They asked for peace long time ago. They asked for the regional, for the greater Middle East under their conditions. The leaders in the Middle East is really in a very confused position. They are confusing. They are not with or against. You have to know where are you, what's your position, and how you will build cooperation, and how you prevent any kind of confrontations you are not up to.
Yes, the strikes on targets in the Arab countries received condemnation. However, what options does Iran have in retaliation to attack?
Actually, the Iranians now they lost their mind. Their attacks in the Arab world is not acceptable at all. They just want to send a message to the Americans and to the Israelis that we can attack your bases in the Arab lands, and it's like a message for the Arab countries for not allowing the Americans or the Israelis to use their lands to attack Iran from their lands or from the sky. So that was the message, as no one mentioned when they looked at the attacks in the Arab countries' lands. No one mentioned that in Turkey there are American military bases, but they didn't attack it because they are afraid just from the Arab countries. But it's not acceptable at all, and they lost any kind of sympathy from everybody by these attacks. Even today, in the morning, I think they attacked Oman, which Oman was the mediator between them and the Americans to try to find them a solution before this war to be started.
Yes. Dr. Osama, how long do you expect the war to last? Is it going to be only 1 day, 2 days, 1 week? What are your expectations?
Depends on the plans of the Americans and the Israelis, because I think the war will be finished. They are now preparing in the same time for changing the regime in Iran. So we will see. The last one was 12 days just to it destroyed the all of the Air Force's attack in Iran. So it will not take a long time, in my opinion, and I hope so, because the situation will affect severely the economy and a lot of in the region. It will affect badly all of the regional and the international economy. Let us wait and see. But I think not than a week, not than more, a few weeks, maybe less.
Yes. What if the war continues, the current war extends? How would an extension impact the U.S. and Iran?
Pakistan? You said Pakistan?
No, I did not say Pakistan. I said what if the current war extends? How would an extension impact the U.S. and Iran?
Oh, okay, thank you. I just repeated the
No
words.
problem, sir.
I
No
don't
problem.
hear well.
No problem.
Okay. Thank you so much. For that, the situation, the UN is trying with the Security Council. There were a meeting which meant nothing. The Iranian representative just asked the American representative to be polite. But even though they are counting on Russia or China or any other countries to support, no one will enter the war for another country. So if you couldn't defend yourself, no one will gonna give you the privilege. And now there are initiatives for peace, by the way, a lot of initiatives for peace. And I am involved with such a lot of information about that with people everywhere. You find a lot of civilians in Iran. They are against they don't like the war, but at the same time they are not comfortable with the regime. There are a lot of internal troubles in Iran. We have to keep it in consideration. The son of the Shah is going back, trying to take over, supported by the Americans, supported by the Israelis, and there are nothing strange in this, by the way, because if you have to know that, yes, the Shah in the past was one of the American allies and the Israeli good relations with them, but at the same time, the Americans who were appointed Al-Khomeini and his regime in Iran all of the long time ago, and no one knows that a lot of kind of cooperations between the Iranian intelligence and the CIA in the past, but no one is talking about that. It's information, by the way. So the situation, I think the Americans are superior power. Iran is in a very weak position, and they are open. So it needs such wise people to be involved. I hope there are a lot of initiatives to be done formally from the leaders of the countries and worldwide to stop the civilians suffering. War is not an easy thing, and at the same time, the Iranians have no choice. Like they put themselves, they have to do their best to defend themselves, at least for a better end.
Yes. Doctor, how would you list the economic repercussions of the war? Of course, the trade is affected. How would you see? How do you see this?
There are a war. There are tensions in the Middle East. Iran closed Hormuz Sea, and there are a lot of challenges. They will go to Ras Rajah Saleh. A lot of the economy there in these days. You have all of the petroleum industries coming from this area, especially. Another way that Israel decided yesterday to stop providing the operation, the declaration with Egypt for the gas. So a lot of challenges. So you could find a lot of the rise in the prices again, in electricity, in gas, in the oil. You could find some troubles in the electricity in the summer. So I hope that these situations were going to be solved before, and hopefully for a better future.
Yes. On this point, how would you see, how would the closing of the Hormuz Strait impact the global economy and trade?
It's one of the main roads for trading. So and it will bring more troubles, by the way. But it will not, I think, it will not stay for long. As the American president announced before that they will take over on the petroleum industries, and they are preparing for that. So, like that they did in the Latin Americans.
Yes. Dr. Osama, President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi have been making intensified contacts with Arab leaders on the situation in the region. Also, Foreign Minister Badr Abdel Ati have made intensified contacts with his Arab counterparts. How did you see the Egyptian efforts?
That's good, and that's normal, because these countries are brothers for Egypt, and the situation will affect everybody, and Egypt, as usual, is up to the responsibility for the solidarity with the Arab countries. But now Egypt is not in a war, and before in the past Egypt asked the Arab countries to have an Arab military together to establish that, but no one responded. In the past, Israel asked the Arab countries to build like an Arab NATO with them against Iran, but they refused. So now the map, we will see what the response will gonna be. But I think the situation will be finished as that. The American bases in these lands will support them, and no need for Egypt to enter this war. This war.
Yes. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you for your valuable information, Dr. Ahmad Osama, member of the Egyptian Council for Foreign Affairs.